So hello, g'day, whatever, guten tag. Today is a good day because we're doing one of my favourite Australian banknotes that I have actually had the chance to use in circulation. So this is the $5 banknote from 1991. So this is the last issue that was printed in paper for the denomination. And then in 1992, they issued the first polymer banknote. So this one's slightly, actually it's pretty different in colour than the current version, which is this one. So this is the current one that we're using. Although because the Queen has passed away, they're going to change it sooner or later. So that's basically, and they had to change this banknote because people got confused with the $10 banknote. Okay, so that's it for the polymer banknotes. Put those away. I've already done a video on those if you want to look at that. It's in my $5 banknote playlist. Okay, so what are the features on this banknote? Okay, so we have Joseph Banks. Okay, so this guy was a naturalist, botanist, and patron of natural sciences, so probably all different sciences, geology and whatever else. And he was on Captain Cook's first voyage. He advocated the settlement of Australia, New South Wales at the time was called, and that's what we call the state now that has the terrible roads, and the establishment of Botany Bay, and the 80 species of plant bear his name. So you can find all this information on Wikipedia. So he has, and the actual genus Banksia, which is, well, what we call a bottle brush, is a genus of plant named after him. And the bottle brush, is there one in here? Okay, we have got Grevillea, got she oak, got grass tree, can't remember the genus name. There's the eucalypts. We have bark, don't know what tree it is, and we have some wattles. So it doesn't have any bottle brush. Maybe that could be a bottle brush there, maybe this then here, but I don't think so. Anyway, so these are the plants that the Note Printing Australia has a garden with all these in it. I presume it's still extant. And when you could, in the past, go and visit the actual printing works, which I did when I was in high school, yeah, probably, they actually showed us around the actual gardens, but I don't think you can actually go and see it anymore. All I know is, even if they do, it's probably just private. Okay, so I've got a pair of banknotes, so 1808 21, 1808 22. So someone else collected these when these had come out. Now the other two banknotes I have in the background, I have kept these since 1992, so these are banknotes that have been in my collection for quite a while. And on this side we have an actual watermark. Is Captain Cook. He was watermark on all paper banknotes, and also the pre-decimal banknotes as well. Okay, on the back we have Caroline Chisholm, and she promulgated the welfare of women and also the immigration of women to Australia in the 1800s. So all these people here are English citizens, or British citizens should I say. They're not Australians, but they were important to the modern historical makeup of Australia. And in the background we have a ship on waves. We have, I believe it's early Sydney, the Family Colonisation Loan Society. And these are buildings, a lot of them probably don't exist anymore. And the actual background is where most of the colour is. So we have purples of various shades, whites, looks like it's got green over top, and it has yellow. So that's the only coloration in the background. So basically how these were printed, the colour was printed all first, and then this dark print was put on after that, and the final one would have been the actual serial number. So that's how Australian banknotes are produced. So when you actually get one of these and it doesn't have the black on it, you know it's missing one of the print runs. And this wouldn't have been put on in one print run. They would have printed one colour on first, then they printed the other colours on in the next run, so it's not all consecutive. Okay, so these ones are actually quite a nice banknote. The size of these banknotes are 150 millimeters long, and the height is 75 millimeters, and they're rectangle. All banknotes these days are rectangle. The only square banknotes I've come across really are the ones from Finland, Sweden. I think they only Sweden was 50, 100 krona. The Swedish also the 50 and 100 marker. Oh, and Norway 50, 100 krona, also square. Yeah, they're actually quite interesting. Okay, so here we have the information on the actual banknote. So as you notice is that there is no designer on these banknotes, watermark, and these ones have the actual signatures. So we have a whole different series. Now there's colour change between 79 and 82, so between the Night Wheel and Night Stone series, I remember. And then if you want to get one, this is, looks like that might be faded colour, so it might be kept, but it's a bit hard to actually tell what's going on with that banknote. Anyway, yeah, it could be just faded. Someone could have actually made their own error, but yeah, it's a little bit suspicious. If they tried to smudge out that black, it would have affected the colour underneath. Anyway, this one's got a bit excessive colour on the banknote. Anyway, so that's basically what you need to know about that banknote. Now the inflation value. In 1991, $5 could buy $11.70. But as I keep saying, that's probably not an accurate estimate of inflation. Okay, sold items. Now we can see you've got, not too sure if that's free or if it's just one. Okay, so I believe, doesn't say if it's free or one. So, just says refer to photos. Yeah, so those free banknotes for $19. Yeah, $15 for $90, yeah, probably really not worth it. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, that listing. Anyway, so then you got 10 for about $38 each. You got one for $28. So if you got a consecutive run, you can get more money, it looks like, than you can with a single banknote. Yeah, so another one. Circulated ones, you can still get at least 3 times face value. And then we've got other ones, uncirculated, $49. But what's the last prefix of this banknote? This one doesn't say. But if we look at the Renix catalogue, okay, so the first prefix will not be AAA, that's 1966. The first prefix is QGX, should I say? And the last prefix is QPG. So that's what, okay, so what we need to look at. Okay, this one here. Okay, so this is a last prefix, QPG. So that's what you need to look for. And it still didn't even sell for $80. So I'm not too sure how much that sold for. Any other ones? No, there's another QPG sold for $50. Can't remember which one it is. So basically you just need to scour eBay. It looks like a lot of people don't even know their first and last prefixes. That's why you need a Redinks catalogue, so you know what you're looking for. Okay, QGX. Do I see any QGX? And these ones, the first and last prefix, a lot of people will not know until a while after they've come out. Okay, got a run of, I say one. One looks pretty good condition. Need to get closer. Yeah, these look like, if not uncirculated, almost uncirculated. So, $15. And yeah, so as you can see, you can pick them up for about $15 in pretty good condition. Uncirculated, probably about $25-30. And you can still get the last prefix for a pretty good price, $50. Anyway, any good that I can see? No. Anyway, that is the last paper note issued for circulation. So I'm going to be putting out quite a few videos on Australia's paper banknotes, so if you want to follow and subscribe, that would be great. If you want any questions answered, leave it down below. If I can't answer it, hopefully someone else who's a viewer can actually do the same. Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and take care.